Elsewhere, this is the last weekend of campaigning before South Africa's historic elections begin on Tuesday. An update now from CNN's Brent Sadler in Durban. Brent?
Thank you, Ralph. Well, the main contenders in South Africa's first all-race election are staging a weekend campaign push. President F.W. de Klerk is in Cape Town, where he's making what will almost certainly be his last appearances as this country's white leader. His likely successor, Nelson Mandela, was appearing in Soweto, Johannesburg, in front of about 50,000 supporters. But the 75-year-old ANC leader will wind up his two-month campaign in Natal Sunday. In Durban, supporters of Mangosuthu Buthelez's Inkatha party are staging a rally through the city right now. Inkatha Zulus are carrying their traditional weapons. There are fears the march could provoke trouble. Meanwhile, the police are investigating a bomb attack on an oil facility in the Orange Free State. An explosion ripped through a diesel pipeline. Police suspect the bomb was planted by white extremists who want to sabotage this election campaign. As CNN's Peter Arnett now reports, there are some whites who are preparing themselves to face the worst.
Here in the heartland of conservative South Africa, the authorities believe Election Day will be a violent one, and they are preparing for the worst. All roads leading into the agricultural town of Viljoenskroon are being fortified with gun towers, barbed wire fences and checkpoints. Officials fear they will be overwhelmed with black voters from the adjoining township of Ramalotsi.
I guess in the region of 20,000 eligible people there, that they are going to vote in town.
The impoverished township residents will join all other blacks in South Africa in going to the polls for the first time, and the white community expects trouble.
Looting, destruction of property, the endangering of lives.
It is planned that armed guards will man the gun towers and roadblocks and search all vehicles for weapons.
We took safety precautions that if it's going to happen, we're prepared for it.
The black community is outraged and sees this as a message of intimidation that threatens to spoil the historic moment.
Personally, I feel that those barricades are dividing our nation.
As many blacks as possible want to vote in their own township, but they complain there are not enough polling places and the obstructions will violate their electoral rights.
We are thinking of taking some of the people to town, but people are afraid because there are those barricades that are being created in all the entrances of our town.
The town clerk said it would cost several $1,000s to fortify the town.
We received a request from residents in town. We've got a membership on the city council of 7, and it was a unanimous decision.
The town's business people believe it is a bad decision, not only for the community, but also for business, because the residents of Ramalotsi have threatened to boycott their stores.
We decided to call a meeting with the municipality to try and get them to bring these structures down, but it seems like we've had no response.
The police station commander, Captain Van Lille, says he was assured the barricades would not be built. They are not illegal because they have been constructed on municipal grounds. But he said any attempt to man them and interrupt the flow of traffic is against the law, and he will move to prevent it. As of now, the situation is a standoff. The question is, come Election Day, will the town council have the resolve to define not only the authorities, but the ideals and spirit of a new South Africa? Peter Arnett, CNN, Viljoenskroon in the Orange Free State.
Well, some late news now from the white right. The leader of the Afrikaner resistance movement, Eugene Terblanche, has warned that chaos and war were at South Africa's front door. The AWB leader says his men are now in the process of securing their territory as a base.
We are not white colonists to be driven out of this country. This is the last stand. This is our stand. And if they give us the opportunity to take our fatherland by doing the same to us, which the so-called freedom fighters did to the rest of Africa, we will, as I said in the past, level them with the gravel, my good friend.
That's all from South Africa for now. I'm Brent Sadler reporting live from Durban.
And I'm Ralph Wenge at CNN Center in Atlanta.